Stories from the everyday, nothing grandiose, just a toss away. No excitement in the cautious play.
Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
I'm Ben Chace. I'm a musician and filmmaker living in Paris. And yeah, I've just been finishing up a new EP. It's going to come out sometime soon on Capitan Records, which is a Brussels-based record label. And yeah, I'm teaching film and raising my kids and living the life in Paris.
Busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with your new EP, how do you choose which songs to put out as singles?
Oh, the first one was just the first one that was actually finished. We had the record label. I don't really concern myself with that stuff. I mostly let the record label people decide which one they think should go first. But I think in that case, it was the one that was kind of finished, when they wanted to release something. Yeah.
Okay. So I know you're also a filmmaker. Does that influence the music that you make?
Yeah, definitely. I think they're very related mediums. They both have a lot of rhythm, and I mean, my lyrics have a lot of images and scenes in them. So you can do different things in film than you can in music, and vice versa. Um, but I think that a lot of things I've learned in film I've been able to bring into my music, and the other way around, and just the approach to collaboration with musicians, I think, is very similar to any sort of collaborative process. You learn how to work with people and how to try to get the best performances out of people. It's a little bit like directing a film. You can't micromanage other artists. You have to give them the right kind of frame of reference, right kind of inspiration, right, references, motivations, paint a picture for them, let them take it and make it their own and do their own thing with it. And then, yeah, just the whole process from writing to the production to then all the little adjustments we make and in the post-production, it's kind of similar.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you're writing a song, what does that process look like for you?
Well, it's changed. I've been doing it for a long time. When I was younger, it would usually be staying up all night with my guitar and just working it until I get it. I think as you get older, you have less time. You don't have those long hours as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit more. I mean, sometimes that still happens, and it's nice to get a full iteration of something out in one sitting if possible. But I find these days it's more like I get something down and I just have to kind of keep working it in smaller chunks until I feel like it's all there. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little different every time. Like I used to write on a guitar all the time. This record, not the EP, I wrote it on a guitar also, but we have another LP was recorded before the EP, but it's actually going to come out after the EP for whatever reason. And that one was I just decided to write it on the keyboard. So it was a totally different process because I'm not really a good keyboard player. So I was kind of making little beats and then just listening to them and writing to that. It was almost like a hip hop process. So that was new, but I don't know, try different things, try to keep it interesting,
Yeah. Because if you do the same thing every time, it might get a little boring.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's never boring to write. It's never boring to write if it's something that you need to write,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like a therapy experience, or it's a cathartic experience or something like that. If you have to write it, like if it's an assignment, or like I've written songs for different events and stuff like that, or I've done a few things where people gave me someone else's song and asked me to finish it for them or something, and those are like, that's a little different, but it's still fun. It's a craft. It's like making a piece of furniture or cooking a meal or something. Like you want to do a good job with it, and so you can take pleasure in just the craft of it. It's not like it's a burden.
Yeah. What do your kids think of the EP?
They haven't heard it yet, really. My daughter came to see me play. She's 7. It was her birthday, and I was playing a show last month. So that was the first time she saw me on stage, I think. She liked it. She remembered some of the lyrics afterwards, so that was like, okay, there's some things stuck there. That
Hmm.
was good. They see me playing guitar around the house and like messing around on the keyboard and listening to records all the time, so they know it's my thing. But they don't totally understand that I'm like trying to get other people to listen to it. It might just be like something we do around the house.
Hmm. That makes sense. Like
Yeah.
that's hard to grasp what your parents' jobs are as a kid.
Yeah, until you see it with your own eyes. Then my daughter saw it at this club. It was fun. And there was, whatever, 100 people there, and I had them all sing. It was her birthday, so everybody sang happy birthday to her. She liked that. That was her
That's
birthday.
awesome.
Yeah.
That must have been really fun and special for her.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. It was good for me. Yeah.
So, for somebody who hasn't seen you live, what could they expect?
I don't know. Guy on stage holding a guitar with this. There's a couple different iterations of this. This is a new thing. I used to have a different band, played in a bunch of various bands. I led a band in New York for about 10 years. And then a few other different projects, but this is like my solo project, which is new. I'm new in Europe, and this is a new project. But I'm working with these Belgian musicians. Sometimes I have all of them, and it's like a big band on stage. We had 9 people on stage last time. It was amazing, with a Brazilian percussionist, a Congolese guitar player, background singers, bass guitar, drums, keyboards, synthesizers. It was like big sound. And that was a lot of fun. And we were able to really get dynamic and have some intimate moments, but also some big kind of almost dancey moments. But more often than not these days, it's like I'm playing solo or duo, and it's more of like a folky kind of jazzy folk thing.
Hmm. So, what led to you pursuing a solo career?
Well, I'm not sure I'd say I'm pursuing a solo career. I'm just doing my thing right now. It happens to be, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say it's a career in music when you're still just a guy putting out music. So until I'm like getting, able to quit my other work and getting paid well to tour around or whatever, I would say, I'm not sure I'd call it a career. But it's my work. It's my
Hmm.
art anyway, put it that way. And yeah, it's just writing music and playing is something that I have to do. For me, it's something I've always done. I love it. And at this stage in my life, it's like, well, yeah, it kind of makes more sense to have my own project and try to be in a band right now, because there's just not that much time.
Hmm.
It's I'd like to write this stuff, get it ready, take it to some people, work on it, play it, but also be able to do it myself, just because it just kind of makes sense
Yeah,
at this stage in life. Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
For somebody who is just starting out solo, what advice would you give them?
I don't know. Stay in the game. Just yeah, don't expect too much, maybe. I don't know if you're, I don't know. It's like, what are they, I guess I would ask them a question, like, what are you trying to get out of this, you know? Um, I think there's a lot to learn. Playing with other people is great. You know, getting out of your own bedroom and playing with other people is great. But I don't have any like advice for people trying to make it in the industry because I still haven't made it in the industry, you know, and I've been doing this for 20 years or whatever, and that's okay. You know, I've done some producing, including with you know, the probably the coolest things I've done, or the biggest things I've done, is producing other people's records. And I worked with some great artists down in New Orleans. And you know, I worked with one woman, Irma Thomas, who's a friend and an inspiration. She's known as the Soul Queen of New Orleans. She's 85 now. But one thing she always says, don't quit your day job, which at first I was like, that's kind of depressing. But then when I like understood more what she meant by that, it was more just like, if you want to keep doing it, don't expect that you're gonna always be able to live off this stuff,
Hmm.
you know, because it might end up compromising how you do it, you know. And the most important thing is to like do it for the right reasons. And so that's kind of my approach too. It's like, I'll never stop playing music. I may never make a dime doing it either. That's okay, you know. It's why do we do this in the first place? You know, you gotta ask that question. You know,
Yeah. You got to do it because you love it.
exactly. It wasn't something that was started in order to make money or fame. You know, people made music because they had something to express,
Hmm.
and they wanted to connect with other people. You know, so that's, you know, it's important to keep that in mind. Uh, and that's what I love about it. And it, you know, as you get older, you do want to like, you know, if you want to work with good musicians who are also, you know, uh, not starving artists or whatever. I mean, that's not the right way to put it. If you want to, like, if you're 40, I'm 42. If you're working with people in my age range who are good, then you're going to have to pay them. If you want
Hmm.
to pay them without losing money, you're going to have to make some money. So you
Yeah.
have to find some way to like keep it decent, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and that's tough because, but I don't know. You kind of, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really have any good advice, basically, but try to do it for the right reasons, and try to treat people well, and it'll all work out, I think.
That is good advice.
Yeah.
How do you balance work, life, music?
Uh, depends on the time of year, I guess. I'm a teacher, so in the summertime I have a lot of free time.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, just I don't know. It's a juggle. Like I think like everyone's lives, it's a bit of a juggle. Then throw some kids in there too, and it's even more of a juggle. But works okay.
Just kind of happens.
Yeah, yeah. Just figure it out.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah. But there's no like there's no prescription of a way that's going to work for everybody either, you know.
Right. And it's one of those things you can always be balancing things better.
Yeah, and then a lot of it's out of your control too.
Hmm.
Staying calm is my goal, you know, not trying not to freak out if there's like too many things happening at once. That's just because of whatever alignment that the world and the stars are in at that time, and it's going to chill out, you know. So there's no reason to go too crazy. um I mean, you can if you want to,
Hmm.
but not going to really help you.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good to stay calm.
try to.
I think it's helpful in a lot of situations.
Yeah. I mean, some of the best music is made by people who are not calm, but they're letting it out in their music. It's probably helpful, Um, I don't know. What kind of music do you like?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
Okay.
I don't know if that helped, if that's makes sense at all.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I don't know. I feel like it depends what mood I'm in, or what I'm looking for.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that totally.
So, before I ask our last question, was there anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about today?
Um, no, not really. I'm just thankful to Capitan Records for putting my new release out, and yeah, there's a new EP. There's an EP coming out with some great playing on it. Rodriguez van Gama and an incredible Congolese guitar players playing on it. Clément Nourri, a wonderful French guitar player. We got Teddy Clark on bass, Yannick Dupont on drums, and Nicolas Michaud is my co-producer, and he's also playing on it. And there's various background singers. Juicy, the band Juicy is doing some backgrounds, and yeah, it's a long gestation, but it's a project I'm very happy about. So I'm excited to release it and share it with the world, and I hope it yeah, just creates some good energy for whoever encounters it.
Hmm. So, our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Ah, well, um, it's a lot about roots music for me. Um, I mean, I'm American. Starting for me, it all kind of started with the blues. I picked up the guitar when I was 10, got really into like Delta blues and that kind of thing. And then BB King was an early hero of mine. And then that kind of went into like soul music and Aretha and Otis Redding. And then, that early rock and roll and 70s, you know, and I also just loved lyrics too. So I'm a big folk lyricist, Dylan and Neil Young and um, people like that. But then I also I'm really captivated and kind of hypnotized by Afro Latin rhythms. And I've spent a lot of time in like Cuba and Latin America. And so I love, yes, so much music from that area and Western Africa. My era is like the 70s. I think 60s and 70s, from the 50s, 60s and 70s. And I'm still like I'm moving slowly into like the world of synthesizers and stuff. Of course, I'm like a child of the 90s was my like when I was first getting into music. So like Kurt Cobain, was like my first guitar hero.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like you said, so many things. I try to keep my ears open and hopefully, keep learning about new stuff. You know,
It's always good to hear new music and learn new stuff.
totally.
Keeps life interesting.
What else is there? If you're not learning anything new, then what's the point?
Exactly. So, for all of our listeners who want to stay updated on you, hear the new EP when it comes out, where can they find you?
Well, I guess I have an Instagram, and the new EP, the first single's out on it's out on all the streaming services. And Capitan Records is the name of the record label. You can go there to buy the vinyl and stuff like that. It's CAPITANE dash records.net, I think. Google it. Capitan Records from Brussels. They put out a lot of great stuff too, not just my stuff, but many other great artists, including some good friends of mine. So, and they're also doing they have a very cool model. It's a collective model, and it's inspirational. The fact they're trying to make music the right way. So I'm happy to be involved, and yeah, check it out if you can.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Just have a nice rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When the linen and the traders hung, when the tangled knots all come undone, we'll tie 'em up once more. Stories from the everyday, just another country mile away. It's getting harder trying to find a way. It's all been tried before. But how anxious can a scarecrow get when he's trying to light his cigarette? We douse him now and then to keep him wet so it don't go up in flames. Like a pebble in that ancient wall, you can spend a lifetime just to watch it fall. As the rumble of the engine stall and we all forget his name. Stories from the everyday, just a minute or a mile away. I know we'll make it back eventually when we come off tour. Stories from the everyday, it's only stories from the everyday.